Check, check. Welcome in, team. How are we doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing good. Another Sunday, another gap down. Oh boy. We'll figure it out though. Lots to go over tonight for sure. Bill, yep, I'll get Apple jotted down. We'll take a look. There's three names I liked. I wanted to look at tonight. We'll see who requests them. Apple is one of them, so that's good. I'm sure it's going to gap down a little bit, but Apple and a couple of their names are in a really good spot. So definitely want to go over Apple for sure. Look at that. AMD was the second one I had wrote down. 2 for 3. Nice job, guys. Let's see if anybody requests the third. And when I go over these guys, feel free to unmute your mic. I gave you guys permissions in the Zoom chat to do so. So cut me off or talk to me about it when we're done going over it if you have any questions so we can talk it over. Because we definitely, this is for you guys to learn, not just me charting stuff out. So, yeah, 5:03. I sent the post out a little bit late. We got 14 people in here. Looks like the usual crew. 1 or 2 more minutes, guys. But so far, we just got 2 requests in, one from Norvin, but he never shows. So he's getting skipped for now. But damn, we are freaking selling. Oh boy. Already runs my game plan to show you guys sign off that 635 zone. Sell down to 630. So I got volume profile pulled up, guys. Just basically just a good way to learn how to chart. If you guys like, I don't know how to chart support resistance everywhere. There's a big spike. That's a big consolidation support if we're over it. If we're under, it's a big resistance zone. You kind of see a spike here, and that's that red zone we're playing off of from last week. So QQQ for sure. And HIMS, all right. And guys, I'll be treating these all as a day trade, unless you guys tell me otherwise. Like, hey, I'm a swing trader. Position me for a swing if you can on targets. Otherwise, I'll treat it as a day trade. And we're selling. All right, y'all. 15 of us. Like I said, it's the usual crew in here. So if anybody else wants to join, they'll be joining late. My name is StartedWith1K, one of the staff members here. Glad to have you guys here, especially if you are new or on the free section, just on the fence, wondering if you want to join or not. We're glad you're making it in here and wanting to learn. So with that, we'll get started with, guys. I'm on the 4-hour chart for SPY. Again, right now we're down here basically at 630. I'm gonna pop over the daily chart. I just want to show you that intraday look on that gap down we're seeing right now overnight. US and Israel struck some energy infrastructure, I guess, not the ones they said they're holding off on, I guess, or something different. So markets are reacting to that. And I guess, it's worth saying markets are going to keep reacting to that. The only way we are going to bounce, in my eyes, I'm not a political genius, but option one is no news is good news. So if we're not hearing any more killings or any more big bombings, I think the market will be due or want to be a relief rally, or any hints of a ceasefire, which, do we believe the Iranian government? Do we believe the U.S. government? Who knows? And so very, very tricky situation. The U.S. says they're negotiating. Iran says we haven't heard anything yet. And so very, very tricky, guys. Keep an eye on crude oil futures /CL. That's going to tell us, whether the markets are ready to rally or not. Right now, they are not, and they're telling us they're calling their bluff on any tweet of any of this dying down right now. So keep an eye on that, you guys. But if that starts fading, any gap downs overnight, any gap downs during the day, hard sell, we'll probably pump. But as of now, again, quickly, we're trading at 630. We're going to build a game plan how we're going to trade this. It's basically we have to go back and look at large time frames, large big levels. So again, you guys, you do have the ability to unmute your mic. If you need some more clarification, let me know. But I'm going to go over this best I can. So again, we're selling through this 631 to 635 pocket. That was that pocket I was hoping we'd hold. I'll probably have to scroll back several months here to get back to that level here that I want to show you guys on the next possible bounce zone for us. So give me 1 second here, see if I can scroll back far enough here. Yeah, so this is the zone here. This is July of last year. And this little pop right here before the breakout retest is August. So we're back testing. We're looking at that zone there. We're trying to find the biggest zones of pockets. And so how I like to teach, how I like to show you guys on trading is breakout, retest, breakdown, retest. And so I'm on the hourly chart. And all we're really doing, guys, we're going back in time, 6, 8, 9 months, whatever that is now, to try and find some support zones. And so we're looking at this 630 zone here, and I'm going to look for some large top side wicks or some bottom side wicks to form to see if we have any chance of holding some support. So when we do come into that tomorrow morning, we can build some sort of a game plan off of that. And so give me 1 second here while I do this in real time with you guys. So I'm just hovering over and looking for candle bodies stopping and starting inside this zone here. There's not a lot to go off of because it didn't spend a whole lot of time in here. But I do kind of like as we head into the 630 zone here. So again, I am back on the July time frame right here. So we got this push up to previous all-time highs, rejections, push back through, and then this nice little test again, and then consolidation back testing here, back testing here. This sold through in the pre-market, got back over it, back tested. So kind of just this focus here pivots back and forth through here. So this is to me the next last chance support. I feel like I say every single week with us with this recent 8 to 10, 12% downtrend that we have right here. So the 629.77 kind of quick chart, and we're grabbing that wick there from August up to that 630. Okay, so getting out of this real quick, pushing back over to real time. Hang with me here. Here we go. So same thing here. Clear these drawings here. Again, I'm on SPY, the 1 hour chart. We had to go back to July last year. So any holds, basically what we want to do when we make a new, not an all-time low, but it's a recent low and we're back testing. So all we're doing is your mindset. Let me zoom in even more here. Oops, did not want to do that. Sorry about that. There we go. So all we're going to try and do here tonight and tomorrow morning, it's going to be for a lot of setups, is what we need to do is mark our recent low or be mindful of that recent low. And then the levels that I'm pointing out to you guys are trying to help you guys point out. If they start holding that, we're using this as kind of a support and a base, and your stops, depending on how much time you have, is the recent low of the pre-market of the overnight session. So again, very, very overextended the downside, you guys, but when news and stuff like that is taking over, and or data, market data, that's going to override everything. So it doesn't matter if the RSI is oversold, if we're just getting oversold, through the B bands, hourly 20, whatever you want to call it. When sellers or buyers are in control, it's best to just follow that wave, but obviously be mindful of, when we come into big supports, watch to see if those holds. But again, lead with the market, follow the market. And right now the markets are just sell, 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 but we are coming into a nice support zone here. So any holds of the 630 pocket, I personally, I hope we bounce because I swung calls, TQQQ calls. I swung with some April contracts. I hope we do get a relief bounce because, like I mentioned, you guys, as of now, we are 3% off our daily moving averages. And if we look back here, this is our Sunday charting class, whether it's coincidental or not, that we got the Trump tweet. Again, I always talk about how far we are from these daily moving averages, the daily 9 down here or up here overhead. Every time we kind of get that extension, what do? Revert back to it. Like I said, whether it's just a lucky tweet or timing, whatever it is. But again, we're pretty far extended from the daily 9. Can we go more? Absolutely. But for me, I'm not looking for more sell unless we start, failing to break over this level here. I'm not looking to dive into puts at the open just because this overextension. I really want to see, some sort of relief bounce. Again, like I say, whether it lasts, 15 minutes, all day, 2 days, whatever it is. I'm looking for some sort of relief bounce. So yeah, we can short, pockets like this coming back into it. If we push up to like 643 tomorrow this week, and we reject that wick as well, that's a super good short in here. Get the bounce retest. Maybe you don't want to play the calls. That's fine. Grab your puts there. It's a very low risk, high reward entry to short the bounces. Any sort of bounces we are getting, they're getting sold down. Any sort of bounces are getting sold down. So that's kind of some things to watch early. Yeah, absolutely. Should beginner trader be looking 9 months away? Good question. Not a dumb question at all. I always tell you guys week after week, never delete your levels. SPY daily. If I were to draw a support level back here at 460, are we going to get back here? I don't know. I doubt it. Hopefully not. I mean, that's, I'm young enough that I can scale and buy that dip, but people looking to retire, they don't want to see a sell down here. But my point is, I never delete lines on the chart because, we will come back to them. We're not going to come back to all of them, but once we chart levels down here, this is my paper trade account. My real account on Thinkorswim has all these levels marked all throughout down here. But to answer your question, yeah, once we have them marked out, like don't delete them because we're going to come back to them. We'll look at Apple, AMD, some other names tonight. You're going to see that charting is probably going to hold up pretty well. Not bragging, but my levels are going to hold up pretty well, and the charting will be done for us. But I left a blank chart for you guys tonight on purpose, just so it's not super cluttered. Obviously, my default, I got it all marked out. Thick lines are areas of interest for me, but I don't want to show you this, guys. This is hurting your eyes right now. Doesn't mean anything to you. But an intraday look, when I'm trading and scalping, boom, my levels are marked. My area of interest are marked already. But again, tonight, I just wanted a kind of a cleaner version so we can kind of visualize what we're looking for here. So again, you guys on the daily, feel free to unmute your mic if you have any questions. I'm going to move on here in a second. But that 630 pocket down there is what I'm watching for a bounce. Again, I thought we'd hold here. We did a little bit. I thought we'd bounce a little bit harder and hold. We were looking here last Sunday. We did get nice bounces. We got nice rejections off of that. So we're going to keep doing that. We're just going to keep shorting the bounces until a trend, until this downtrend is broken, this hard downtrend. We could see some consolidation and breakout or just a hard breakout. But again, I don't think we're going to get any hard bounces that are sustained until we get some news. There's just too much fear of, boots on the ground and all that stuff. And so a lot of fear in the markets. Ty, yep. I swung, like I said, I mentioned you guys, QQQ is just so expensive. So this is Friday's prices. Good question. So if I were to swing, I'm not going to put more than, $500 on the line on a swing of uncertainty. So tomorrow is a Monday. I likely would have swung like a Wednesday this week expiration. If I would have bought that Friday at close, it would have cost me $938. And when the market opens tomorrow, I only have 3 days of expiration. Okay. So what we can do, we can cheat. We can't really cheat. It's not cheating. It's a cheat code. TQQQ. And I'll show you this because there's some new traders in here. You can buy 19 days of time, 33 days of time for $475 at the money. So 3 days of expiration and $900 versus a total month out. I can buy a May contract and it's $475. Okay. A little bit of a tangent here. We'll come back to QQQ on charting for that person, but QQQ, take a look at this chart. Down, 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 pop up, 2 gap down. Let's take a look at QQQ. Don't blink. It's the same exact thing. So you guys want to trade QQQ. You're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. Trade TQQQ. All it is a leveraged position on shares. I think it's a 3X. So if QQQ goes down 1%, this goes down 3% in a day. Same exact chart, you guys. So I can swing calls or puts on TQQQ, it's hard to say, sorry, and trade the QQQ chart. It's the same thing. Nice question, though. SPXL used to be nice for SPY, but now liquidity is kind of shit. So that's why I stick with tech names. Good question, though. All right, back to the watch list, guys. First and foremost, there is one iPhone in here. Norvin, are you in here? You've got 5 seconds to ask or to answer if you're in here. You're not. Norvin always sends me a request. He's not in here. Apple for Bill. Nipped under the daily 200. It was one of my names on the watch list. Closed right there, actually. It bounced it. But now we're selling under. We're at 247. Let's look intraday here, Bill, and others watching Apple. This is one of my favorite names. Where it closed, I was like, ooh, this is a very nice setup here. Let's take a look at this 4 hour, see where we're dipping under. Very nice. I still like this, you guys. Daily 200 moving averages for any name, all investors, all algos, all anybody, they want to be trading over the daily 200 moving average. That's my yellow one down here. When a stock slices that and trades under, that's a very, very bearish signal. Anybody holding long-term shares, you do not want to break under the daily 200. Apple, I think we talked about last week in class, popped it Monday, boom. right there. So again, lots of activity here at the daily 200. So I don't love this zone. There's a lot of wicks here. Let me go down the 1 hour and hang with me here, guys. And Bill or anybody else, feel free to unmute if you have questions on Apple. Cut me off if you want. Don't feel like you're being rude. So the daily 200 right at 248. Kind of those top side of those wicks there. I just want to see. All I do, guys, I just go back intraday and I go back in time and I go, okay, we're trading at 248. What is the price action last time we're at 248? So if we slap a line here quickly, kind of right where all these wicks are. So there's some activity even from, this was January 20th of this year. Last time we are down here at 248. So we see that nice pop rejection, big pop the last hour of the day here, back on January 20th. Test it pre-market, test it after hours, the battle there, and then that big push back up. So I don't love this setup on this, but I think we can build a plan off of this. So coming back in time now, nice push here. Let's hope that holds again, just because of my bullish bias. Nice push there. Hopefully we get some overnight news or relief bounce, like I said. So a hold of 248, guys. Let's go down an even smaller time frame. So this is a day trade perspective. Option one here. Here we go. So if we want to be bullish, to me it's pretty simple. That 248 that I was looking at, any breaks over that, Bill, anybody else looking at this? So any push over, and we kind of bounce this pre-market, and we hold this at the open, and then we print. Again, I kind of repeat this every single week. Obviously, that candle's not going to be this big. It's just for illustration. Some sort of a bullish candle on the 15 minutes. So, a nice body closes over, and the wick is on the bottom side, meaning they tried to sell it below, and a 15-minute candle, both said, nope, we're going to defend this level. I think that's a very viable dip off 248, because what is it also saying? Hey, we just reclaimed that daily 200 moving average, that yellow line. I like that. Very, very bullish. For me, day trades, I don't love this zone. This is a no zone for me. It is an 80 cent drop. If we slice 248, you can definitely take your puts into this daily 200 moving average. But we come back to 248 flat, I would not be holding puts whatsoever. If you're in 10 and you trimmed 9, sure, hold one. But if you're just trading a few contracts and you catch this day trade to the downside, daily 200 algos will kick in. I guaranteed fast, aggressive price action there for sure. Can we slice it? Absolutely. But definitely a spot you don't want to be late chasing puts. So no zone for me. You can definitely scalp in here if you're good. A break under 248 and a break under the daily 200, that is a good short for me to buy puts. So any sell under retests, they fail to get back over the daily 200, get your shorts right there. And your stop is shortly over that. You're risking a little bit for a possible larger downside reward to that. But for me, again, Apple was one of the names I have. I do have a little bullish bias just from the setup in a big support level here at 248.8. Keep track of that level, guys. Keep track of that level. Any questions on Apple before I move on? Unmute your mic, put it in the chat. Give you a few seconds. If not, AMD is up next for... Nope, we're skipping AMD. You got to stick around, guys, if you put in a request. Not being rude, just don't want to go over anything if you're not here. Let's see. This person left on QQQ. Errol, you're up. Stick around. Shay, do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm here on the AMD.
What's that?
I'm looking for the AMD.
AMD? Perfect. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's
Yeah.
go over it. Let's see. What did you say? Looking for an entry, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And are you a day trader or a swing trader?
I'm looking for this week options.
This week's options, okay. To buy and sell the same day, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so 199.2, a little bit of a thicker line. I just do that, guys. So basically, when I trade like this, guys, when I'm looking at a small chart like this on SPY, and I see a thick line coming up overhead or below us, to me, it's just something kind of dumb I do so I don't have to zoom out on a large chart. Like when I see a thicker line, you guys, to me, that means it's a bigger support zone. So here for AMD, coming back to it, we are looking at that 199.2. And as of now, we are holding that. So that's very, very good. This was number two favorite setup tonight. And it does look like Francisco, that was the third thing. So I was watching Apple, AMD, and Tesla tonight. I was hoping you guys requested that, and you did. So this is going to make charting super fun tonight. So AMD guys, look at this here, just for we can really focus in on a chart here. I'm going to color it green. Green is our support line. We want to stay bullish over that line. So again, I know I'm talking kind of fast here. Each candle, guys, is a 4-hour candle. So there's lots of price action over and under, over and under. But what I try and teach you guys is focus where the largest reactions are, okay? We failed to break over. Look at those big topside wicks. Look at the big move to the downside. We fully engulf that. Look at those big moves. We failed to break over the green line. Big moves to the downside. Close it there. Big moves to the downside. We break over. We retest it right here. Look at those big moves. So look at this 4-hour candle here. They tried to close under it. Buyers said, nope, we're going to reclaim that. After hours happening right now in front of our eyes. They're trying to sell it down here. Buyers said, nope, we want to reclaim this level. Okay, so super nice chart because as of now, Apple sold on our level, but AMD, for shading other people that are watching this name, I think this is a very, very good viable dip here. But again, watch the overall markets, you guys. If we get super, super weak tomorrow, and I'm saying, hey, buy the dip here at 192 on calls. If we sell under, accept the loss. Don't just hold puts calls because one case says buy here. If the support breaks, it breaks. Okay, so first and foremost, you guys, we're over that support. So my thinking is we want to buy the dip first and foremost. I'm looking for repeatable price action. So something like this candle here. If they defend this level, you want to see a candle like this for a continuation to the upside. So hypothetically, we get in, we're instant green. We're not looking for 209. We're not looking for 203 right away. There's a lot of stuff in between here. So let's figure it out. You're going to buy your entry here. What do we have? What do we talk about? Psychological round numbers, 200. Target one for me, absolutely. I'm trimming at 200. Target two, haven't talked about it yet. We talked about the daily 200 is our yellow line. This green line here, guys, is the 20-day moving average. So I use the 9. I use the 20. This is our hourly 20. This is my daily 20. This is my EMA. And this is my 200. And then also volume profile when we do need to talk about it. So the green line is the daily 20 moving average. This is target 2 for me. So again, trim at 200 if we catch the bounce here, guys. Because if you get in a 200 strike, you catch an 80-cent move. Again, you just look at the delta. This is just going to be, it's going to change, but just hypothetically. Weekly calls, this is going to be cheaper because of weekend theta, but it's expensive. It's a $700 contract. So 80% of that delta. So if you move 100% of that delta, you're making $52. So whatever 80% of 53 is, like 40 something bucks, you're making 40 something dollars a contract just on this move to target one. That's a big payday. So again, target one, you guys, daily 200, 200 price level. Daily 20 moving average, this green line, absolutely is target 2 for me. Why else is that target 2? Look left. We're going to be pushing up to the downside of these wicks here. Look at these wicks to the downside. Those were buys. If there's still buys sitting there, as we push up to that, those buys are going to keep getting triggered, keep absorbing. If there's not enough buy pressure, they're going to kick it back down and retrace back down. So absolutely, the bottom side of wicks on previous days, you guys, absolutely should be a target. So this is target 2. We break over that, super, super easy. We're using the daily 20 moving average as our new support, as our stop. We're using the bottom side of those wicks as our stop out. Where are we going to sell on the way up for target 3? Super nice request tonight, guys. The top sides of these wicks here. Okay, these were sell orders kicking this down on Friday. Do you think when we push back up here, they might try and kick it down first attempt again? They might break out, sure. But absolutely should be target 3. Now, target 4, top range from previous day. So this was the range from Friday. Beautiful setup on this. If we can catch AMD down here, target 1, target 2, 3, and then 4, top of the range from Friday. We break out, then you start thinking about swinging some calls there. Does that answer your question, brother, on this one?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yep. And if we break to the downside, we can get bearish. We can take puts for this price action, but we're only looking at about $1.20 sell down because look at this bounce from Friday. Do we want to blindly be in puts here or chasing puts here at a double bottom? No, we don't. We can take our short here. So all the things I've talked about, if we break under this early tomorrow, we can grab our puts, but be mindful of previous day low, previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low. Always, always, always have that turned on, guys. Never ignore that. So we can be bearish into here, but I'm not looking for a sell through the previous day low. Maybe holding a runner, but not getting greedy with that. Good request. Nice work. All right, that person on QQQ is gone. That's all right. Errol's in here. Perfect. Tim's not in it, looking to get in shares or options. All right. I think I got some lines on this one, at least from back in the day. Nothing here. What do we got? Let's go that daily. Quick drink of water. Oh, I haven't tried this in a while. Look at that. Big old support line we're talking about with somebody. Retest it. Sellers, boom, shorted it. Support level, retested, shorted it. Nice. All right, let's zoom out here. Stopping around this 20 zone. Let's get a couple lines going here. I'm on the daily chart, Errol. Let's grab the bottom of this candle here from Friday because it's closing right there. That makes sense to me. Let's start that. Let's pop out here on the weekly. Let's see where we're at here. Stopping at 19 and some change. Oh yeah, weekly chart. And again, you guys, volume profile. This is just telling us the bigger the spike, the most volume, the most time is spent trading shares through here. So this is the volume point of control is this red line right here. That is the most volume of the history of the stock where it is traded. So big spikes here. You will see big moves on these thin valleys, these thin little nodes here. You'll see big moves through it because there's not a lot of volume traded through here. So whenever we break a big support zone, you see that fast move down because volume is thin through here. It's easy for sellers to push it down. It's easy for buyers to pop it up because there's not a lot of transactions. However, coming down in this 19 zone here, let's look at here. Nice little volume pocket here, you guys. Look at these big spikes. Look at these big spikes. A lot of interest here. 24 all the way down to 19. So basically a $5 range. So this is a weekly chart. So each candle is a week of information. Look at that breakout retest. Look at that retest, retest, retest. Sold through it. Rejected. First attempt back over, retest 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. Boom, reclaimed it. Gap down. Look at where that weekly candle closed. You think that's an accident? I do not. So first and foremost, Errol, anybody looking at this? I'm thinking buy the dip mode. Oh, you said shares. Sorry about that. 1 second. So yeah, if you're not in, absolutely. I mean, one quick look at this again on the weekly. So it's a psychological thing, you guys. As long as you believe the company, shares are on sell. It's a weird psychological thing. When things are pumping up here, people are like, oh, I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer. Hims is going to 100. I'm a buyer. But now that Hims is down here at 19, you don't want it? I mean, yes, their financials could have changed. We need to look into it. But from a chart perspective, it's a weird psychological thing, you guys. People want to buy up here, but people want to buy here. It's weird. The stock is currently on sale. 71% off. That's better than a Black Friday sale. 71% off. And it's not just any level, you guys. It's a super big level on the weekly. So to answer your question, anybody looking at this shares? I do like a nibble. Again, don't go all in. We have a lot of market volatility right now. You never go all in. Scale in. Third position size. If you want to put $1,000 into this, buy $300 worth. We dip down the next big support, buy $300 worth, but never, always keep track of how much you want to spend on it. Um, shares nibble for sure. Calls, it's simple. For me, break and retest. It's not just this level. What is it? It's a weekly level reclaimed. So right now they sold through it. They're reclaiming it. That should give you confidence that, hey, this is a big weekly level. Buyers are stepping in again. Not only that, it's Friday's close zone. Not Friday's low, but Friday's close. I ask you guys every single week, where's the largest volume of the day? The open and the close. So they closed it here, they held it. They reclaimed it here, they held it. Don't you think there's a bunch of volume here, probably stacked here? Reason to bounce? Absolutely. I bet on volume profile, it's probably not the volume, highest volume of the day, probably a little bit of consolidation zone. Turn on this other one. I think I have them saved two different days. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So highest volume of the day on Friday, we're close, is right here, that red line. So be mindful of that on the way up. But a close or a reclaim of Friday's close, excuse me, I think is a really good risk reward opportunity. Again, previous day high low, previous day closes, and pre markets are my bread and butter for trading. So I like this zone right here for sure. But again, a little bit of stack of volume here. So again, thin volume here, a little bit more volume, a little bit more, a little bit more. Market opens, nice volume here, thin through here, and then the big volume cluster is right here. So this holds on the way up. Yeah, you got a little bit to chew through, but if you even want to wait till a break a 1947 arrow, big support zone there. So again, you're breaking over and reclaiming the top side of this big volume cluster here. So like the shaded area where it sticks out the most, that's where all the volume is on Friday. So you're clearing over that. You're saying, hey, we broke over. I'm using this cluster as my support base. You can also wait for that. And then on the way up, at least for me, fairly easy tradable chart, I'm sure, because it's a nice trend day. So for buying the dip, we bought the dip. I'm basically going, I'm looking here. I'm going, okay, entries here. We'll call point of control, maybe target one zone. Now you start looking top side of these wicks. You start looking left, a little bit of sell down consolidation before the leg down. Target two, definitely look on the bottom side of these wicks. Big smackdown zone there on that wick is right in the middle of this kind of cluster zone here. That could be target three or two if you want to push a little bit more. But again, nice trend day. All we're doing, if we catch a trend day on the way up, you just look for a little bit of consolidation pockets and ride that up, and you just reverse the trade. That's all we're doing. Very, very nice setup. Any questions on this, Errol? I see you're unmuted. Feel free to talk if you want, or nope. Cool. All righty. All right, got that. Francisco, you in here? Yep. Tesla was the other one. Let's see if we gap below big level I was watching. Tesla's another one, you guys. If it moves too much too fast for you, play TSLL. Same thing as TQQQ. Let's say leverage share position. You can literally watch the Tesla chart, but you can trade TSLL at a way lower risk. You can buy weeks of time at a fraction of the price for Tesla. Tesla contracts, I'm sure, what are they? Probably it's going to adjust, but a 1 day till expiration contract, which will be a 0 DT tomorrow, is $700 on Tesla. That's a lot. That's a lot of money if that goes against you. TSLL is a weekly contract, $57. What's more fun? Yeah, we know the answer. $57 risk, or what I say, $900 risk, whatever. Yeah. So again, here is TSLL, big kill candle, retracement up, sell down. TSLA, Tesla, the real thing. Boom, same exact chart, you guys. I preach this all the time, almost weekly for 5 years, and it's like I'm the only one doing it. There might be a few people, but not bragging. 357, yes. Yes, yes, yes. This thing was giant. Let's go the day and look at 357. Giant level here. Before we broke over, or excuse me, when we were over, that was a huge bounce zone. Big bounce zone, that big green level there. So, sorry, I'm an idiot. This one, 357. This was our top forever before that breakout. This was the easiest short last summer. 357 every single time. Short it. Finally broke over. Boom, made it over. Let me kill this volume profile. Sorry about that. So we're back at this green zone now. So let's see where we are in the after hours session. 30-minute time frame here, guys. Francisco, are you day trader, swing trader? Feel free to unmute or just type whatever you want to do. Day trader, yes. This, I mean, I'm not lying, guys. I'm not buttering you guys up. This is like literally my number one level on Tesla. I love this level on the daily. Let's just do this real quick. Save drawing set. Fresh, clean chart for you guys. I love this. Absolutely love this setup. Top, retested, boom. Tops. So when it comes down to this, when it retests it, we flip resistance into support. So again, this is super nice setup. Might be my favorite setup tonight so far, just because the big proven support. Again, can we sell under? Absolutely, we can sell through. So we absolutely can. But when I say level like that, I need a clean, hard break, whatever this pre-market action, however that shakes out tonight. Like if we sell through this overnight, yeah, that's fine. 357 is clearly invalidated. But if we chop this, we pop this pre-market, or we pop this early in the day, absolutely, I want to break out retest of 357. So again, I know I have way too much bullish bias on this, but let's play that card first. Buy your entry, breakout, retest, fine. Let's again use this example. We see a 15-minute hammer candle. We're buying in. Where are we selling? Easy targets on the way up, you guys. What are we doing? Previous day low can be target one. Absolutely. Where's our next low? Look at this bounce here. Target two. Lines up with Friday's close. Probably a lot of volume stacked there. Yep. We push up. I'm grabbing these wicks. I'm looking. That's all I do. I set alerts. Could be target three. Super nice setup. Even the hourly 20, if this comes and stair steps down, this could be a target as well. If we break 357, let's go back to my regular chart. Easy targets to the downside for sure. Look at that. Didn't even have a level mark there, remember? I said, hey, target two here. Look at that's an old support level I have drawn here. It still makes sense. That's why person kind of asking in the chat or maybe wondering, never delete lines on your chart. It came back and it tagged it almost to the penny. After not being there, it tagged at 361 from Sunday. And before that, what was it? Weeks, months? How far do we got to go back? Last summer? Yeah, tagged it for sure. If 367.57, does fail, we'll get bearish on it. That's fine. But again, watch the overall market. Watch the flow sentiment on Tesla. For sure, we'll just assume this kind of holds here. We break 57. For sure, you target that pre-market low, Francisco, and everybody else looking at this. Anywhere down to here, if we got kind of a consolidation like this pre-market and we push up and we come back down into it, you absolutely want to trim it up. Any pre-market consolidation. Pre-market levels absolutely make sense, or they absolutely matter. Always have after hours data turned on. That's this gray shaded area. You absolutely want to see what's going on after hours. These sneaky wicks, they're not an accident, you guys. May not be high volume, but they always come into play. So to the downside on 357 break, yeah, easy $2 sell possible down here. This could be a reward zone down here for sure. But again, if we hold this, I'm keeping this on my watch list for tomorrow. So thank you guys for requesting it because super, super big level. Any questions, Francisco, on this? Again, slight bullish bias, but again, just I can't ignore a big level and be like, hey, get bearish here, guys. I got to play the chart, especially if we get a relief bounce. I love this level here. And if you take something off it, tag me. Not that I need to be, buttered up, but I like when you guys attend class on Sundays. You send me a DM, you're like, hey, we talked about this on Sunday. I took it here. Look at this. Look at these gains. Like that's what we do this for you guys every single week. Is we do this for you guys. All right. This person left. Avenger, you still here? You are. Berkshire. Let's take a look. RK. Berkby. Let's check this daily. I don't have anything on this. Sorry, man. This is my paper account. What do we got going here? Daily chart, not a lot of after hours activity, 468.3-ish, basically where we closed.
It got pretty ugly on me.
Oh, I turn my volume, bro. I can't hear you. What'd you say? Sorry.
Got pretty bad on me. But
Ooh.
it's a small position.
Small position. You got time, right? April, May?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look, man. You got any big levels open that you're watching? If not, I want you to work for it, but I can chart them out real quick too. I didn't know if you're watching anything.
It's really playing that triple bottom if you zoom out a bit right there.
Like you were kind of
Yeah,
on
that's when I took when I entered, and then it kept going down.
All right. You're definitely we need to get you dollar cost and scaled in correctly because when we come back into that, brother, we don't want to be, you do your own thing, but I don't want to hold and miss a dip buy and see it move up and then they smack that down again because that's going to be heartbreaking to get a nice retracement and then they flip this in resistance on the way up. So ideally, you stick to your plan, what you want to do on buying more, but on the way up, we want to be hopefully in some nice profit as we push in this because that's a giant level. And I'm sure if I turn on volume profile, it proves it too. But
Plan wise, I already broke my plan. I was supposed to be out at 470, but it was a small position, so like I let it go.
mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's tough, man, because it's like
the day I entered too, I didn't want to just stop out on such a
yeah,
small
that's
position.
tough, and that's people's own trade perspective and preference. It's tough, but like when I see you broke support, yeah, you held it, you have time. It doesn't mean you should hold for 100% loss. But when we get overextended and everything, it's different if the market is bullish and you took a trade off that triple bottom, whatever, and then this was the only thing weak. It's like okay, maybe it's not the right time, brother. But like when the entire markets are getting whacked, like it's like okay, we can hold and hope for a bounce, but
It's
like
stupid to do it still.
yeah, it's just like we got to get something in here, I would think. And so I'm looking at this 467.17. I marked that bottom of Friday's low, and it's like it's where we opened here April 7th of last year. I'm seeing all these wicks, all this topside action. So to me, it makes sense where it stopped. I know we differ a little bit on when to average down, and that's one of those things. If I'm like, hey, dude, you should take an average here, and we do, and then it's red, then I feel like shit, But or if we take an average and you don't, and we bounce up, you're like, damn it. So it's, I can only tell you so much what to do and point out some big levels. I know you're good at charting, but you choose, wisely when you want to burn that average. Is a decent level here. That triple bottom really, really sucks in the data. That freaking, what time of day did that engulf through? That was that early in the day. Oh, midday. See, they freaking reclaimed it, and then boom, just hard sell. Damn. That's 467 price action back there. Damn it. Let's see what that price action is. They're back here. Yeah, they sold through it. Or it's back in August. Top reclaimed it. Breakout retest method. I like it. But again, taking an average 2 days after you enter, that's on you, brother. This 467 is big though. And I'm looking at price action under that. I'm gonna look at volume profile here in a second, but so 467 is down here now. Yeah, let me peek at the daily here. So I go with this one for the daily. There, 467. So we don't have. Yeah, that triple bomb was somewhere up here, wasn't it? Yeah. There's some sneaky support at 465. I don't know if you want to hold for another $2, but I'm basically looking at these volume notes here. Spike, a little spike here at 65. But from here, so that's 69 to 65. That's probably why. And you got this, see this spike here, and then this little valley here. To me, it kind of makes sense. Now I'm looking at this. They killed that and why that went so fast there. So they got that. I'm not gonna say there's no volume, but there's less volume. So when they break where that spike is, that can be where those big fast moves are, and that's probably why. Um,
Looking at the volume profile, isn't the next big chunk of volume at like 455?
oh, that's 65. Big. Yeah, we can point out big chunks. Yeah, I mean,
But you'd consider
56.
65
Yeah,
is
yeah. So we got this little spike right here at 65 flat. It's not as big as up here at 77, but again, it's just another way of looking at. We could smack here a line. Um, Color it green just to kind of figure out where the hell we're at. Present day, smack one here. Again, it's just a rough and dirty. It's kind of a cheating way to get support resistance lines. If you guys new traders like, well, I don't know where to draw a line at. It's like go where consolidation zones are, go where big reaction zones are. 1 hour chart here now. So um, yeah, so that battle all last week. And then when they killed it, yeah, that was a hard sell Thursday. And you see, or maybe you can't see, look at them trying to reclaim that Thursday and failed. And that triggered, a little bit shallow volume through here, like I said. And they took it after hours. So they even gapped volume probably even more, because there's not as much volume pre-market. And so they made that move and then boom, they opened, rejected previous day low, and it was just freaking game on to the downside, unfortunately. So oops, get out of here. Yeah, that green line's down here. Tricky, man, tricky. I think if you see any price action, I don't know if they can. I mean, what did they do at the open here? Open at 65, and they can very well sell at $3 at the open if they want. So if they trickle in here and you get a quick knife. Again, I don't want to tell you what to do, but that's the next spot based on daily charts and probably weekly as well that you can nibble in there, or decision time if they hold 67. Do you just wait on consolidation and then you entered Friday, right? So you entered, was it right up here? I think you said
somewhere around there, yeah.
yeah.
It might have been the first test or the second test, but I
Yep.
know I saw
So
some green.
yeah, so even a quick pop up, Monday, Tuesday, we could just be going, well, don't worry about this. We've seen this. We're back to basically the same plan, like you said, or like you mentioned, DMs on another name that they may have killed the premium a little bit, but it's back to game on, same game plan if they pop that. But I, you know, worst case scenarios they break this 65, and I think it's just not the correct time to be in this name. Middle of the ground scenario, if they just consolidate in here, you got a little bit of time. not a bunch of time. But if they start defending this like 1, 2, 3 days in a row, again, anything can happen with this damn war. But it's like I think it's worth an ad. But again, don't get buried that if they sell through, 467 or 65, that you're totally smoked. You could even, sorry, I'm dragging out quite a bit. If we kind of consolidate in this zone, you can even day trade and just say, hey, I made 60 or 80 bucks here. I'm gonna throw some money, that money onto that. Just kind of treat, Berkshire is just its own thing. Like, hey, I made some money on this on day trades, and you can finance that swing even more. So you're like, hey, I'm down, 150 bucks total on my swing, but you can hedge that, so to speak, on day trades. If you're around, if you're comfortable doing that, that's an option as well. But again, tricky spot, man. It's hard when you buy and it's just like damn instant red, which, if we hold down here, it might be that same way in my TQQQ swing. So tricky spot, man. Hopefully that kind of helped you. I know we talk a lot in DMs. We can definitely take a peek at this tomorrow for sure, but I think you're okay. You're going to be red, but if that 67 holds, I think we're okay, brother. We just need bulls need a relief rally. We need just a nice $6, $7, $8, $9 day on SPY, whether we think it's makes sense or not. We need a relief retracement. We need a mean reversion. Markets just can't go down forever, just like they can't go up forever. So we do need a little bit of a bounce. Please bounce. All right, brother. Hopefully that helps you, man.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Kind of caught up here, guys. What are we doing on time? 55. So 5 till for me. Let's take a look at QQQ. We didn't do that tonight. If you guys want to head out, totally cool. No hard feelings. Got your requests in, stuck around for an hour. We'll take a look at QQQ though. See what we got driving here. Not horrible, not super convincing. I need that 560 for me on the daily. That was my reasoning for the swing on Qs, is I was playing the bottom side of these wicks. Again, not that I have the magic 8 ball, but if this was just a retracement, nice little sell, I would fully expect a bounce here. But again, war news keeps coming out. They do not have to bounce it just because I'm in calls. They don't care about me. They don't care about the portfolio. Anything can happen, but this price action here, guys, these are daily candles. When I see hard buybacks, again, you guys, like I tell you guys every single week, don't just look at this candle and go, oh, there's a big wick. What is this candle telling us? This candle says they opened this candle here. This is a daily candle, so it opened here. The high of that candle was up here, that tiny, tiny little wick. The low of that candle is here, and they bought it all the way back up, and they closed that candle here. So whether this bounce happened in 30 seconds or an hour, we can debate that. But my thing is, when we look at candles, we have to say what is going on there. 560 wants to be defended. 560 wants to be defended. They gapped over it, defended. When they sell under, yeah, it gets ugly for sure. No doubt about that. Not going to deny that. But when it's over it and they defend it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, every time it touches that. So 6 out of 7 times it is held. I'll take my odds on a bounce. Again, it doesn't have to bounce. We can absolutely hold this move under 560. And yeah, what are we doing? All those bounces, what are we doing? Support, flip to resistance. Yeah, I'll get short under here. Take my loss on Qs and get bearish. But again, I'm playing that bounce as long as that holds every single time. Doesn't matter how much we've sold. I'm going to play the support bounce every single time. If it does sell under that, sure, it gets ugly, absolutely. Just like it does the last 2-3 weeks. Sells under 560.
Yeah.
Wick buyback there. We sell 560. We are probably going to see top side of these wicks for sure. 55723, top side of that wick, rejection. Break over retest, sold down, rejection, retest. Yeah, I think that level matters. Yep. We slice that. Where are we going next? Just looking at what are we on 4-hour candles here, guys? Just looking for the biggest reactions in the market. Rejections, wicks, back test, retest, held it, retest, rejected there. Yeah, it can get ugly for sure, guys. On the upside, if we do bounce 560, smack a line here, 560, 68. Let's see if that makes sense from Friday. Yeah, it does. Closed right there. So, again, not bullish on the market until a big support bounce or a reclaim of 560. Again, look for new entry, or I might nibble on an average down here at 560 for this.
Yo, 1K.
Oh my God, 59 minutes late. Why should I even give you a request, Norvin?
I know, bro. I'm late.
Oh my God, this guy, he sends me requests 50 minutes early and he joins 59 minutes late. Let me know, chat. Should we give him his request?
Let him know. Let him know, chat. Yes or no?
What's that? Yes. I'm giving you shit, brother. Of course we're gonna look at APA, right?
Yeah, it's been ripping like pretty quickly, bro.
I know. This better not be all-time high, brother. I'm not gonna chart this.
Oh hell no! This thing's just warming up.
All right, let's get this pre-market week going. Let's see, or after our session week, excuse me. All right, let's get some drawings here. Let's see where we topped out for now. This is a fresh chart. Stay zoomed in, see how good my charting is. I'm just catching all these tops. That's all I'm doing, brother. And we're gonna check the daily, and we're gonna see how good or bad my charting is. All right. What do you want? Shares on this one, brother? Or are you looking for swings?
Yeah, just shares, bro. I'm looking to unload at $100 dollars a share. I think it's just mad accumulation, but I think at all time is around 108 or 105 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm not really in a rush to sell nothing.
What's your average, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to say how many, but
27
27.
and 32.
Nice, dude. Dude, look at this. Volume point of control down here. Big old shallow volume gap, shallow volume gap. Look at those fast moves when you see that thin volume. Look at these fast moves through that thin volume. Look at these fast moves through that thin volume. Volume profile, guys, is the cheat code. I don't know why more people don't use it. It's so easy. Not easy. Super helpful. Excuse me. Look at that.
I don't know. Me just looking at a chart like this, I definitely would not short this.
Yeah, right here, man. So definitely, I'd be trimming here. So this is a weekly chart, brother. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is all-time highs. Unless I gotta go back more. This is June. Drawings June 2022 up here. So you see it. These are weekly candles here, man. Push up, top, engulfed it, pushed up, consolidation, push up, consolidation, sell down. Where are we at now? Do you think you should trim here? I mean, I think you should, man. You're up probably 100% on shares. You're in at 27.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do if they come back down to 38? Are you going to sell?
I'm actually gonna buy more, bro.
What if they come back? What if they come back?
Yeah, the reason towards this trade here, it's similar to another position I entered on Vista Energy. I think I told you about if you had a chance, but it's not. It's same chart. It they're both of those my positions, bro. One is up 100% and the other one is up 50% on just shares.
So. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, even a baseball player, it's a pot fly that has to come down. I'm looking at this chart. I'm not saying it's going to crash, man, but I'm just saying it's going to hurt you if you don't trim. They come back to break even. I mean, this is the market gifting you 67% on this, or more. But or wait, you're way up here.
Yeah, this whole this whole return or this whole move on this type of company
Uh-huh.
is due to the energy and it doesn't. It's been
Because
moving
of
with oil and
because of war
energy.
or what?
Yeah, pretty much
Okay.
shortages of energy, and the whole
So,
thesis was that
so
playing.
this is a war move. So I
Yeah,
mean, obviously wars can go on a long time, but if we believe the administration, it's going to be a few weeks. Don't you think this is going to take a breather?
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. I think it was gonna top out like 50 or 48. It's getting close,
Yeah,
but
man. So I mean,
and
trim
then
here. I mean, look at this today. They always say don't play the money or the percent. Like this
yeah.
tells me we failed to break over. Well, we broke over. Not gonna lie, that we broke over up to 46, but continuation move failed, and
Yeah,
now we're the first time back here,
and then we see the
and
Q is really bottoming out here too. So
we're the first time here in 3 years, brother. So you don't think people that bought the top here that have been holding shares for 3 years, don't you think when their
they're
limit
like, I'm
order,
trying to get out of this shit.
yeah, their limit order break even, brother. Like that's the
Yeah,
real thing. If people are back holding, like, oh my god, I've been holding this for 3 years. I want to get out. What a relief. I've been bag holding. That's what really
yeah.
can happen up here. So be careful, man. Do what you want, but for me to see that move and tell someone to not trim would just be foolish.
Yeah, I'll probably take like half off and like leave a few
Yeah,
running.
dude. Like this is look at on the daily. This is, I mean, you probably have similar levels. I'll look at what you sent me, but it's like, you know, bare minimum trim, and then just if we get a retracement, $5 down, we got 4 or 5 super good levels here. If they take a
Those are
breather, we
like
push up, keep going. They take a breather, we push up, keep holding. But like when we broke this, there was no turning back. And so you see where that first candle stopped here, and it took maybe a war move, whatever you want to call it, to break over that. So we break this again, dude. Big tree fall hard, man. That could hurt you, man. So
and
just
then
like, yeah,
if
don't.
gas pulls back too, because it's been moving with that, bro. With pretty much gas, it's been moving when USO. It's been moving with energy, and then obviously when that gas pulls back or USO pulls back, most likely this is gonna pull back also. And then obviously tech is gonna rally. Because it's been having it's been getting hammered lately.
Right. Let's see. Look at this. So look at this thick line again.
I just look at like what works and what doesn't work, and this been working out of my whole port, bro. This is what has been saving me for a bit.
But look at this ginormous. Look at all this volume stacked here. 39.52. If that fails, dude, look at this volume, not gap, but thin volume. Again, this is going to fall hard. Look, every time it breaks that, falls hard, falls hard, falls hard. Every time it pushes up to it, fast move. That's all I'm saying, man, is 39.52 is my stop. I'm not going to be in at 27 and let that go to break even.
So you're saying like on that big empty volume block that you're mentioning, when you see gaps like that, that means that people exit out, or what you're
No, it
saying.
just means there's less volume traded through here. So
So the
if they,
volume is dry, pretty much.
so this is buyers supporting this level here when we're over it, right? So if they support it, that's awesome. When they give this up, if they give this up, not when, but if, or I'm not saying be bearish. I'm just saying if this level fails, you've seen that thin volume trade through there, and you've seen how even these daily candles, I can zoom in here real quick. You've seen how quick that move is made, and so that's all I'm saying. Just play the chart. The chart is saying this is the biggest level proven on the chart. If that fails, and they flip that back to resistance, there's no way I'm holding shares.
It's just pretty much stay long until it breaks that level.
39.52, absolutely. I would definitely trim up here, hold your rest, and you're looking at, sorry about those annoying ass birds outside, guys. You're looking at 10% drawback. Not horrible, but you're up 70 something percent. I think, a 10% drawback on runners is fine.
Yeah.
But they break this, dude, I'm not saying we're going to slice this, but that
Yeah,
can
because
happen.
these are all parabolic moves,
Yep.
So
But it's like, dude, 3 push right up here, rejection that took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gap days. Like, we're overextended. Trim some, man.
words.
It's like you're rewarded for that play. You gotta reward yourself. Like, take the money when you see it, man.
Yeah.
Because there's some poor soul out there.
You think you can look at Vista, bro?
Puts here, and they're still holding puts, going, please go down. You're on the bullish side, dude. Reward yourself, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn. Sorry, those freaking crows, man. Like freaking cackling drunks outside. Sorry. Jeez. Must be
They're
something.
chilling. They're having a meeting or what?
I don't know, man. They're having steak and drinking Modelo.
Yeah, and also the other one I was mentioning, VIST, same play, bro. 55 my average, and it's getting close to 100. So I don't know, like, should I just unload this here too? Because I don't know, bro. Like, I like this because it looks like another type of charts that I've like done my research, and like when a chart stays bullish or vertical, you tend to stay on the bullish side, but they tend to top out, and like you said, 10% correction is a reasonable for type of like moves like this. But I don't know. I like how is the
Yeah,
price
I mean,
action looks good.
someone bought the top here on the weekly chart, and they're like, "Hey, it's going to keep going." They're like, "Oh, it dips. Oh, it's going to go up," and it keeps dipping, and now they're break even. Now they're in profit. So someone is going to buy the top here. Just don't let it be you. I would definitely trim too for sure, man. I mean, it's all-time highs. So my advice for this one, just any back test the previous all-time highs. It's super simple. All-time high was here. They tested it. It was the top again. They broke over. All you do is use that as your support, basically 63 and some change, whatever that is.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
man.
Yep. Spy real quick, guys. Let's take a quick peek. It's getting late. I can't talk. 30-minute chart. We're selling. We're holding 630 though. 630 is my game plan for tomorrow, if that holds. As of now, red zone is resistance. Doesn't matter how much I want it to go up. This is going to be tricky to the upside. So got to be mindful of that. Absolutely, as if we push into Friday's close to 633. So with that, you guys, I'm going to end the chat. But again, any holds at 630, I'll be looking to buy the bounce again. Of course, maybe I'll be a blind bull again and miss the whole downside move. Hopefully not. But with that, guys, I'm going to end the chat. If you guys have any questions, send me a DM. DMs are always open. With that, you guys have a great night. See you tomorrow.